Minimalism revolution. Why less stuff creates a more fulfilling life. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, the pursuit of wealth often takes center stage. We're bombarded with messages telling us that happiness lies in the accumulation of possessions and experiences. But what if true wealth lies elsewhere? This exploration, inspired by minimalism, delves into the idea that the richest life isn't necessarily the one with the most stuff, but the one most content with what it has. Imagine the curious contradiction of the rich. They possess a plethora of material wealth, yet their appetite for more never seems to be satisfied. It's like a bottomless pit, always craving more, yet fearing the loss of what they already possess. This endless chase not only brings stress but also drives them away from the warmth of their loved ones, like a ship drifting in a vast ocean of isolation. Surprisingly, research suggests that this pursuit might even endanger their health, with studies linking long hours of toiling to a higher risk of heart problems. So, one might ask, isn't there a saner path to prosperity and contentment? In the whirlwind of abundance, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Despite swimming in a sea of possessions, the wealthy often find themselves drowning in stress and anxiety. The relentless pursuit of material wealth comes at a cost, the sacrifice of invaluable moments with family and friends, the kind that money can't buy. It's a sobering realization that amidst the pursuit of more, one might end up with less of what truly enriches life. Yet, amidst this frenzy, there shines a beacon of hope, a question that beckons consideration. Could there be a more balanced approach to wealth and well-being? Perhaps it's time to rethink the definition of prosperity, to find a middle ground where abundance meets contentment without sacrificing health or relationships. The pursuit of a life well lived shouldn't entail a trade-off between material success and personal fulfillment. Instead, it should be a harmonious blend of both, where wealth serves as a means to enrich life rather than as an end in itself. In the grand tapestry of life, perhaps it's time to weave a new narrative, one where wealth is measured not just in possessions but in moments of joy, in the warmth of companionship, and in the richness of experiences. So, as we navigate the paradox of the wealthy, let's dare to imagine a world where prosperity is not just about accumulating more but about living more fully, where success is not just measured in material gains but in the richness of the human spirit. Let's take a journey back in time to the wisdom of ancient philosophers, where thinkers like Epicurus dared to challenge the status quo. Their message? Happiness isn't found in the glitz and glamour of extravagance but in the humble embrace of simplicity and the warmth of genuine connections. It's a timeless reminder that the key to true fulfillment lies not in the accumulation of wealth but in the richness of our relationships and the contentment of a modest lifestyle. Fast forward to today, and we find echoes of this age-old wisdom in the modern movement of minimalism. At its heart, minimalism champions the art of decluttering our lives, both physically and mentally. It's about letting go of the unnecessary baggage that weighs us down, making room for what truly sparks joy and purpose. In simplifying our material possessions and commitments, we discover a newfound sense of freedom and clarity, paving the way for a more meaningful existence. Minimalism is not a sentence to scarcity, but a key to freedom. It's like decluttering your life's closet, tossing out the unnecessary to make space for what truly matters. Think about it, prioritizing quality over quantity, experiences over material goods, and genuine connections over fleeting possessions. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate step towards living life to its fullest. As we shed the layers of excess, we reveal the core of existence, the pure essence of being alive. It's about relishing every moment, embracing the warmth of relationships that light up our world, and finding joy in the simple pleasures that surround us. In a world that often glorifies the chase for more, minimalism whispers a different tune, one that sings of contentment found in the quiet moments and the bonds that tie us together. So, let's take a cue from Epicurus, that ancient sage who saw beyond the glitter of material wealth. Let's rewrite the script of wealth and happiness, shifting our focus from accumulation to appreciation. It's about weaving a life rich in experiences, where true wealth lies not in possessions but in the richness of human connection. So, as we journey through the complexities of modern life, let's embrace minimalism as a beacon of light, guiding us towards a more fulfilling existence. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about finding joy in the simple things. Henry David Thoreau, a champion of minimalism, embraced a life of simplicity at Walden Pond. He found immense pleasure in nature, daily walks, and intellectual pursuits like reading. These cheap pleasures, as Thoreau called them, are readily available and require little to no money. Ancient philosopher Epicurus, carving his thoughts on happiness and pleasure into the annals of history. He's not just talking about any old joy, he's diving deep into the nuances of what truly makes our hearts sing. Epicurus had this idea of pleasures, split into two camps, the moving kind, which demand our energy and effort, and the static ones, those sweet moments of contentment that wash over us when our needs are met. And guess what? He reckoned the static ones were the real gems. Now, why did Epicurus put static pleasures on a pedestal? Well, here's the deal, they're effortless. Think about that simple pleasure of enjoying a meal without any fuss or fanfare. It's like a warm hug for your soul, no strings attached. There's no need to break a sweat or take a risk to experience that bliss. It's like hitting the happiness jackpot without even trying. And who wouldn't want a piece of that? So, Epicurus wasn't just spouting philosophical mumbo-jumbo, he was onto something profound. In a world where hustle and bustle often steal the spotlight, he reminded us to slow down and savor the sweet moments that come without strings attached. It's about finding joy in the little things, in the everyday moments that make life worth living. So, the next time you're tempted to chase after the next big thrill, take a leaf out of Epicurus's book and relish in the simple pleasures that surround you. In the grand tapestry of human thought, there's a common thread that binds us, the notion that real wealth isn't measured in gold or gems, but in something far more precious, contentment. It's a sentiment echoed by minds as diverse as Schopenhauer, Zhuangzi, and Epicurus, each offering a unique perspective on the pursuit of happiness. Schopenhauer, the German philosopher, delved deep into the labyrinth of the human psyche, uncovering a truth as timeless as it is profound. True happiness springs from a tranquil mind, free from the relentless pull of desire. He saw this ceaseless craving, this will to live, as the root of much suffering, urging us to seek solace in the simplicity of being. Meanwhile, across the seas in ancient China, Zhuangzi pondered the folly of society's fixation on wealth and status. Through the lens of Taoist wisdom, he saw how the pursuit of material gain brought not fulfillment, but anxiety and disillusionment. In a world where fortunes rise and fall like the tides, Zhuangzi urged us to find peace not in the fleeting treasures of the world, but in the stillness of our own hearts. And then there's Epicurus, that ancient Greek sage who dared to challenge the status quo. He saw through the illusion of endless accumulation, suggesting that true happiness lies not in amassing desires, but in shedding them. For Epicurus, the path to contentment was paved with simplicity, a life unburdened by the weight of insatiable cravings. So, as we navigate the maze of existence, let's heed the wisdom of these philosophical luminaries. Let's seek not riches that fade with time, but the enduring wealth of inner peace and fulfillment. In a world that often tempts us with glittering distractions, let's remember that true abundance lies within, waiting to be discovered in the quiet moments of reflection and gratitude. A life filled not with the glitz and glamour of material excess, but with the pure, unadulterated joy of simplicity. That's the heart of minimalism, a philosophy that invites us to rediscover the beauty in life's simplest pleasures. Think about it, curling up with a good book, taking a leisurely stroll through the park, or diving into the depths of knowledge through intellectual pursuits. These aren't just mundane activities, they're the building blocks of a rich and fulfilling existence. And here's the best part, you don't need a fat wallet to indulge in these delights. Minimalism isn't about keeping up with the Joneses, it's about embracing the richness of life without breaking the bank. By shifting our focus from the pursuit of expensive, fleeting desires to the appreciation of affordable, enduring experiences, we liberate ourselves from the shackles of consumerism and the stress of keeping up appearances. So, what's the secret to minimalist wealth? It's simple, less stuff, less stress, more time, more contentment. It's about stripping away the clutter, both physical and mental, to make room for what truly matters. In a world that bombards us with messages of more, minimalism offers a refreshing alternative, a pathway to true abundance found not in possessions, but in the richness of a life well lived. Imagine this, a world where less truly means more. That's the essence of minimalism, a lifestyle that flips the script on our obsession with stuff. It's not about living in lack, it's about embracing abundance in a different way, one that's not measured by the size of our possessions, but by the depth of our satisfaction. Think about it, the Tao Te Ching, that ancient Chinese text of wisdom, hit the nail on the head when it said, the more you desire, the less you possess. Minimalism isn't about deprivation or hardship, it's about shedding the weight of excess to lighten our load and free our spirits. It's about finding beauty in simplicity and joy in the everyday moments that money can't buy. In a world where the mantra seems to be more, minimalism offers a breath of fresh air. It's a gentle reminder that true wealth isn't found in the accumulation of stuff, but in the richness of our experiences and the depth of our contentment. So, let's take a cue from the minimalist playbook and shift our focus from the pursuit of possessions to the pursuit of a life well lived, one filled with meaning, purpose, and a whole lot of joy. I am Ryan.